Hey everybody, welcome to this week's episode of NVTV. Hey everybody, welcome back to NVTV. Today we are sitting down with Dakota and Rachel Matz. How are you guys?
Doing well. Yourself?
Thanks for sitting down with us.
Our pleasure.
So they are fitness gurus. I think it's okay to say that. They are experts in everything fitness. So it's the new year and everybody's doing the new year, new me and trying to get fit and trying to get healthy. So a lot of times we lose sight of those goals. And so we want to talk about why we lose sight of those, what we can do to stay on track, and why fitness is important. I think we all know the basics of why fitness is important, but I think you guys know down to the nitty-gritty really why it's important. So let's just get started. Before we get into fitness though, tell us about your background. How did you guys each get into this as your job?
Well, we both have a bachelor in exercise science, and I kind of dug into the yoga realm of fitness after college. So I'm a 500-hour registered yoga teacher and did all of my trainings internationally to sneak some travel in along the way. And he kind of went a little different direction.
Yeah, we both played basketball all the way coming up through. So working out was always, second nature to us. It was just always right there. And once we got out of college, it just kind of seemed simple for me to continue to follow that route, something I love to do, and then if I can make it my business, even better.
Right.
Yeah.
So what made you choose the different areas of working out that you decided to go with? Because you did yoga, which is pretty specific.
Yeah.
So what made you choose to go down that route?
Yeah. I think I was a little burnout of the competition. 4 years of college basketball was awesome and life-changing, but challenging. And I think I was ready. I was also always very interested in the mind-body connection. I was a double major in exercise science and religion, and so I just was always tying in papers for the whole concept of mind and body. And so I think yoga just kind of filled that space of a mind-body connection and something that wasn't competitive finally and was just all about me. So.
Right. What about you?
And for me, when I started, I really enjoyed the one-on-one with athletes. I thought I was going to build my whole business around working with young kids, and it is a big part of my business now, but I really fell in love with the weight loss side of it and working with people coming off surgeries and injuries and things like that. So it's really nice to diversify with the athletes, the injured people, weight loss, because every client is going to be different for me. It's not the same thing over and over and over and over again.
Right, and I think it's interesting you touch on that because a lot of people have physical therapy after they have surgeries and things. And I think it's nice that you kind of took it to a different level, so it's more of like a lifestyle instead of just rehabbing.
Absolutely, absolutely. So physical therapy is a great thing, and typically they'll go to physical therapy and then they'll come to me after that. And it's a good stepping point, and I built a lot of good relationships in town, so when they do get finished with that, they could send them my way, and it's a seamless transition where they can feel comfortable, get some continued help, but also get outside of the physical therapy realm.
Right. So I think everybody has a good basis of why fitness is important, but getting to a different level, why is it important from a mental health standpoint too?
When you go and you come into the gym and something's bothering you, you work out for half hour, 45 minutes to an hour. When you leave, you feel better. You get some of that frustration out. You can kind of work through some of your problems when you're doing cardio, when you're lifting weights. And when you leave, you can take that deep breath and say, all right, I've kind of processed it. I feel better. The endorphins are going. And you just have a different outlook. You get the blood going. As much as it is physical, it is mental. So.
Yeah. What about with yoga? I think we all know yoga kind of is spiritual and
can be a huge piece of mental health. Really, I think the essence of yoga is awareness, and so essentially over time you're working on trying to train the mind and the body to be present as often as possible. And the thing about working out or about yoga or about meditation is that you have to be present or you're going to fall on your face, or you're going to drop a weight on your foot, or you're going to tumble off your yoga mat into your neighbor. So you have to be mindful and you have to be focused and concentrating, or it's not going to go well. And so the more time we spend being present, typically the healthier our mental state is.
Right. What are the benefits of repeatedly going to the gym or going to yoga class? I mean, I think that's a big thing with New Year's is everybody's, excited about it right now, and then it kind of falls off. So what are the benefits to regularly getting that healthy exercise as to just doing it now and then stopping?
Well, I think the big thing is the consistency, because then day in and day out, you learn, all right, what's normal for me? Am I having a good day physically? Am I having a good day mentally? Where am I at with that? When I first started my business, every day, I coming from a basketball background, I knew, am I having a good day? Am I off? Am I on? I'd ask my clients, what kind of day is it for you today? And I don't know. And I'm like, well, how do you not know? I didn't realize, a lot of people were out of tune with how they felt on a day-to-day basis. So having that consistency, you go in, hey, I feel great today, or I'm a little tight, a little slow, a little tired. All right, let's start off a little bit slower, get going, get a good feel. When you're consistent, you know where you're at in time and space, so it's a big deal.
Right. Why do you think people fall off the wagon after the first of the year?
Just priorities. A lot of times coming into the new year, we prioritize that first month of, hey, I'm gonna get in the gym, I'm gonna do this, but then we start to let things creep in, whether it's because maybe we weren't as consistent with our diet during that month, or we're not seeing as quick of results as we want. In today's society, everything's at our hand. We got our phone, instant information. We think the result should come, but typically that's not how it happens. And if it does happen really, really quick, is it sustainable? We want that long, sustained loss and health gain. So today's society makes it tough because everything is right now, right now, right now. So when they don't see that, they can get frustrated, fall off the wagon. But that's why I think, set a big goal, but set several small goals. That way along the way, each week, boom, hit that goal. All right, that's going to lead me to the next one. Before you know it, maybe you are at that 10, 15, or 20-pound weight loss goal.
Right. So Rachel, why do you think people fall off the wagon?
I definitely think a big piece is priorities. I think that priorities shift, and I also think that the new year brings about new energy. And as we get deeper into winter, at least in Ohio, I know other states would be different, but as we get deeper into winter, sometimes the wintry blues set in and motivation is lacking. And so I think motivation is a big piece too. If you don't have a trainer or a group class or something to hold you accountable, it's really easy to just kind of let it slip as energy shifts with the changing of seasons and of months.
So a lot of times the excuse to not go is, I don't have the time. So what do you say to people who are saying they don't have the time to maybe go to the gym or come to a class, or maybe they have, a different kind of schedule than a normal 9 to 5? What would you say to the person who says they don't have enough time?
My biggest thing is, if you don't have time for yourself, how can you have time for other things? A lot of us have families or friends that are very close. If we don't take care of ourselves, how can we be the best for our family or our friends and the community? So by getting that in, we're going to be more available because we're going to be healthier. We're going to be in a better space. I think setting it as a scheduled appointment. For Rachel and I, to start the year, we've been working out together. We go in every morning at 5 o'clock, and we know as soon as it hits 4:30, pop up, get going. We know we have to earn the day.
That's a good philosophy. I like that. You earn your day. So you go, you have a very healthy start to your day, so you earned your day.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's
so
awesome.
If they could schedule, it doesn't have to be first thing in the morning, because some people are morning people or evening people. But for us, that seems to be working best because nothing can get in the way. No one can contact us because most people are still asleep, and it's just about us.
Right. Yeah. So what's your best advice to someone who's trying to stay on track?
Find an accountability buddy, whether it's your partner or a friend or a trainer. Like, if you know that somebody else is counting on you to show up or be there, that's huge.
That's great advice.
Absolutely.
So if somebody is starting out and let's say they're not really set on what they like, because there are some people who love yoga and there are some people that would rather go to the gym and lift, and everybody kind of seems to have a preference. If somebody's trying to find their preference, what advice would you give to that person?
I think try a lot of different things. Try a yoga class, try working with a trainer, or try a group fitness class. See what you want. And a lot of times bouncing around like that can be good too, because you'll sure up some imbalances and truly find out, hey, what am I good at? What am I bad at? don't always stay away from what you're bad at, because sometimes that's what you need the most. But find what's going to give you that push 9 out of 10 times and stick with that.
Right. So you guys have a new development kind of in the works right now. Can you give us any little bit of information about what's going on?
Yeah.
If you don't want to, you don't.
We have a website coming really soon, hopefully next month or so. It'll be called Matt's Fitness. It's an online fitness platform. We'll have a monthly subscription and an annual subscription available, and when you decide to buy into the subscription, then you have access to the Matt's Fitness app.
So how do you see that helping our neighbors going forward with their fitness goals?
I think it'd be really good because it's going to allow people to not necessarily have to work with me one-on-one. For some people, that's not what they want. They may be intimidated. This would be a good way for them to still be able to come into the gym and have me right there in the palm of their hand on their phone, their tablet, or on a computer, and go right through and pick and choose what workouts they want to do and find exactly what they want, and just push forward to those New Year's goals.
That's perfect. That's awesome. Well, thanks for sitting down with us today, guys. We appreciate it so much. These two are actually business owners, so we're going to be talking with you a little bit more in another episode to talk about what that was like to build your personal brands. So stay tuned. We're going to sit down with them a little bit longer, and thanks for tuning in, guys. We will see you next time on MBTV.